Hi, I'm Andrew with VATA, and today I want to go over our new Port Wearable Access Trainer. This is going to be a new product that combines the functionality of our port body in a box with our Chester chest and gives you the ability to access a port while it's being worn by either a standardized patient, a classmate, or you're putting it onto one of your full body mannequins you may already have. When you get the model, it's coming in this box. This box is going to be both the shipping container and the storage case. You're going to open the product up. And the first thing you're gonna see is the manual. That's gonna go over a lot of the stuff that we're gonna go over today. You're gonna have 3 different inserts that you can use with the model. We'll go over each of those in just a second. You're gonna have an additional Velcro strap. This is gonna be if you need a little extra length to fit on the person that's gonna be wearing it. You're also gonna get a thicker piece of skin to go over the top. You're gonna get the main model with a thinner skin on top here. And then lastly, you're gonna get a few supplies. You're gonna get a syringe, 2 Huber needles, a 3/4 inch as well as an inch. And then you're gonna get a couple packs of a lubricating jelly that you can use with the model to help the port slide around. When you get the model, you're gonna see that it has this thinner skin on top. When you peel that skin back, you're gonna see the port. You're gonna see the raised area here on the skin as well as the corresponding area on this. This is gonna be basically like a tongue and groove design to help you get it in. And then you're gonna have your inserts. So it's not gonna have an insert in there. So to use the model, you're gonna wanna place one of these inserts in. First insert's gonna be a flat insert. That's gonna give you kind of your ideal or your perfect scenario for accessing a port. The port's just gonna sit on top. When you put the skin on top of it, it's gonna come through the skin and it's gonna be very obvious where it is. The second insert is gonna be this one with this small groove in it. You can place that in, and then when you place your port in it, the port is gonna naturally tip onto its side. This is gonna simulate a port that has fallen between layers of tissue, maybe wasn't sutured down correctly, and then when you go to palpate it through the skin, it's just gonna be a little more difficult to tell what's going on, and then also how do you get it in the correct position to access and have your best chance of a successful access. And then the third and final insert is gonna be this little concave area. That one there, when you place it in, and you place your port in there, you can do 2 things with this. One is it's just naturally gonna sit lower, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to find and feel and secure the port. With that lubricating jelly the model comes with, if you put that in there, put quite a bit of it, the port's gonna move around, and you can actually do that with any of them, but it's just gonna make the port a little bit harder to stabilize and keep in place when you access it. And then we've also had people that have said that they've actually flipped the port upside down. Give people the scenario of a port that's gonna be impossible to access and that they're gonna need to talk to somebody to figure out what do you do in this scenario. Now, no matter what insert that you're gonna have in the model, you're gonna wanna put your skin on next. So you're just gonna place it into that groove, get it started, and then you can press and kind of massage the bottom, and it's just gonna slide in the groove. You're gonna have to go all the way around. If it didn't go down in any areas, just press a little bit more, and it's pretty quick and easy to get it in there. Once it's in there, that's when you're gonna wanna put it onto your patient, your mannequin, your actor, whoever's gonna be wearing it in your learning scenario, and they're gonna be able to access. We'll go over accessing that port in just a little bit after you put it onto a person. If you are gonna wanna have a little bit of a more difficult access, another thing that you can do is you can use this secondary skin flap that goes on top. This one's gonna be about twice as thick. This is gonna be one that's gonna simulate a port that's maybe on a larger patient, one that's a little bit lower into breast tissue, or one that maybe, again, has just fallen down into tissue a little bit more and it's just nestled down in there a little bit more. Same scenario to put this one on, just press it down in and go around, and that one's gonna lock into place just like the thinner insert. On any of these, when you're ready to go, the model can be used wet or dry. There are a lot of models out there that only can be used to simulate the injection or simulate the aspiration. With this model, you do have a blood bag inside the model. It's attached to the port. It's got a little piece of plastic on top. That's gonna prevent accidental needle sticks from puncturing it and you getting a fluid leak. If this does get really full to the point where there isn't any capacity left in the bag because you've flushed quite a few times, then all you're gonna wanna do is take one of your Huber needles. You can place it directly into the port, attach it to a syringe, and then pull out that excess fluid. You can do the same scenario if the bag is empty or if it is for storage and you just need to clean it out. But just pull out that fluid, infuse in new fluid, and the model will be ready to go. Another thing on this that's going to be great is the fact that it does have this base on it. This plastic base is also going to prevent from needle sticks. Obviously, with anything that you're wearing and putting on a person, you want to make sure that it's as safe as it can be. With this on there, that plastic's going to stop any needles that for some reason somebody has missed the skin and gone in there. As soon as they hit that plastic, they're going to stop and it's not going to go through that. Plastic's quite thick, and there's also the silicone on the back side of it for that comfort as well as additional safety. Again, with all of these, you're going to be able to get that real life scenario. You're going to be able to get your learner to communicate with the patient. So if I'm wearing it, somebody has to practice asking me, Andrew, how are you doing today? If I'm looking or acting nervous, they're going to have to try to put me at ease and calm me down. That part of the communication in accessing a port, starting of IV, any of these other areas where clinicians interacting with a patient are so important, and that is really a vital skill that they need to practice. And they need to make sure that when they're going out there to deal with patients that they have that skill set. So this helps you get that skill set by interacting, talking, and asking questions, as well as listening to the patient. Now we'll bring in Kyle and we'll show you how to put that model on and actually access it just as you would whether it's on that standardized patient or on that mannequin. So we brought in Kyle. Kyle's gonna put the model on and we're gonna kind of show you exactly how you would use it with a standardized patient. So to get the model on, you take your 3 straps. You're gonna loosen the strap that's colored. Kyle's using the red strap there. It's a little shorter, and if you do need additional length for whoever's gonna be wearing it, you can use the blue strap. Then you're gonna lift the model up. The 2 short straps that are still attached, those are gonna slide through either your left or your right arm. And then once you get it slid on, you can either reach around and grab the colored strap yourself or have somebody else help you. Bring it to the front, pull it through that base section, and then tighten it up. You can also tighten the other 2 straps if you need to, or loosen them a little bit. Once the model's on, put it in the correct position on the chest, and then the model's ready to be accessed. So this is great because now I can talk to Kyle and actually see how he's doing, put him at ease if he's nervous, and practice that communication component of learning. Now I've done all that, I'm gonna go ahead and access. So I would take my port, have your syringe ready, go ahead, find your port, access. Once you're in, you can pull back on your syringe to confirm you've accessed correctly. You will get that blood return. And then you can go ahead and practice in flushing to get the fluid back into the model. When you're done, go ahead, stabilize, remove the needle, and then you can go ahead and practice additional times or bring in the next learner. This is gonna be really nice to use. It can go for thousands of uses before you're gonna need to replace the parts. And then once you're done, you're just gonna take the model off just as you put it on. You're gonna loosen that colored piece of Velcro. Once that's out, slide your arm out of the 2 ones, and then place it down and get it ready for storage. And we'll go through all of the storage tips and tricks to get it ready for that storage in just a bit. All right, now that we've done our accessing, we've shown you how to put the model on, to use it, and to take it off, I'm gonna go over some of the questions that we get on other products that are really gonna apply to this one as well. One of the things is gonna be, what do I need to do if I'm storing it? So, as we showed you before, getting the fluid out of here, if you're gonna be storing the model more than a few weeks, we would really recommend draining the fluid out of here and giving it a flush with saline, distilled water. You can also use distilled water with a little bit of rubbing alcohol in it. All of those are gonna help clean it out. So again, I would put your needle in here, put it towards the top there, and then you're gonna want to drain out all of that fluid. This can also be used if you get air introduced into there. If you press the air up towards the top, make sure this is at a slight angle, and again, put your Huber needle into the top of the septum, and you pull out, you're gonna get all that air out first, and then once the air is out, then you can remove this or infuse in just the liquid back in. Another question we get all the time on products made out of, whether it's this material or any of our other materials, is how do I clean it? How do I make sure that I get the most life out of it as I can? The best thing on this one is gonna be clean it when you're done using it. Two different ways to do that. First way is going to be soap and water. That's going to be kind of the easiest, most accessible way. That's going to do a great job of cleaning it. You can also go through and use isopropyl alcohol. That's going to do a really good job cleaning off any of the oils, dirt, grime that may get on the model during use. Whichever of those methods you use, make sure you let the model dry completely before storing it. And then also, as soon as it is dry, you are going to want to put on baby powder on this. So put a thin sprinkle of it around the model, take a paper towel, a towel, wipe it around, make sure it's covered everything, and then also brush off the excess baby powder. That's going to keep the skin with a soft, smooth feeling to it. It's going to give it a little bit of a coating, which is going to make it more difficult for dirt, lint, grime to kind of adhere to the skin material, and it's going to keep it clean longer. The other thing would be is we would recommend using the VATA blood. There's a lot of blood options out there, and while I know people use other ones, our blood we know is going to be stain resistant. It's not going to stain the model, it's not going to stain the skin, and that's just going to keep all of these parts clean and lasting longer. On this model, the other thing we're gonna get is replacement parts. Everything on here is replaceable. The main things that you're probably gonna replace are gonna be these skin inserts, not because they're gonna wear out, but probably because they're gonna get lost. And then the two skins that you're accessing through, these ones, you may use them up, you may cause damage to them with enough use that they'll need to be replaced. And if that time comes, you can definitely get just those parts to replace it. And then lastly, this fluid bag, you can get a replacement part on this. All of those parts will either be in the user manual here, or you can go to the product page on our website and you'll be able to find all those parts listed there. The product also comes in a darker skin tone. It's gonna be the exact same. You're gonna have your skin on top, your port and your insert down below. And if you're interested in either one of these products, you can visit our website. It's going to have all the product information for ordering. You can order it right online. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to help you out. Thank you.